Let's talk about it. It appears Nnamdi Kanu is getting tired. What do you guys think with this recent developments of writing letter to Simon Ekpa? It appears the guy is getting tired. From an unreliable source, we learned he's very sick and his health is failing. So recently, for those who don't know what is happening around that story, Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So he's the leader of the Biafra people, and he has been in jail in Nigerian prison after his arrest. Well, he recently wrote a letter that was last week to one of his comrades, Simon Ekpa. Those who do not know Simon Ekpa is the one who is responsible for giving out orders to southeastern Nigerians to sit at home or they get killed. So the person who has been doing that is Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa does not live in Nigeria. He lives in Finland. And that is the cowardly thing in all this. He lives in Finland with his family in the comfort of his room and is giving out orders to people in eastern Nigeria to kill each other. What is the sense in this killing? What is the sense in this sit at home? Yeah? The Igbos are known to be wise. What is the wisdom in following an order, the order of somebody who is not fighting by your side? Simon Ekpa is in Finland and is giving out orders for you to kill your own brothers and sisters. How is that affecting the Nigerian government? How is that giving you what you're fighting for? How has that helped the release of Nnamdi Kanu from jail? What is the logic behind that? Simon Ekpa, listen, you are a coward. If you're not a coward, you will be here in Nigeria. You will be in the East, your homeland, fighting by the side of those who are saying sit at home. Come down to Nigeria and enforce the sit-at-home order. If you're not a coward, come down to Nigeria and enforce the sit-at-home order. Hundreds of people have died because of this sit-at-home order. And this man is still there, giving orders. He has not ended. Even after Kanu wrote out the open letter to Simon Ekpa to stop the sit-at-home order. Simon said, no, that's not Nnamdi, that the letter is fake. The letter must have been written by opponents of Biafra and all that because he's bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty. He loves hearing that people are dying in the East. Your own brothers, your own fellow Eastern brothers. How is that affecting the government? But Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, Prince Emma Kanu, came out to say, oh, that letter actually emanated from Nnamdi. He actually emanated from Nnamdi. That is his blood brother. That is confirming that is Nnamdi Kanu's handwriting and that the letter emanated from him. But Simon Ekpa is maintaining that, the letter is fake because he wants the problem, the riots, the killings that is going on in the East to continue. I hope that Simon Ekpa is deported back to Nigeria. Let him come and face the law because what he's doing is an act of terrorism. Hundreds of people have died as a result of his orders. He gives an order to the Easterners that on so and so day, everybody should sit at home to protest against the Nigerian government. So anybody who comes out to buy or sell, anybody they see outside on the day of sit at home, that person is killed or beaten or injured. What manner of barbarism is that? Simon Ekpa, you are a coward. Stop fighting behind the comfort of your own home in Finland. Come down to Nigeria. Come and enforce the sit-at-home order. Because what he's doing is causing unrest. What he's doing is going to cause the Nigerian government to send soldiers into those places. And before you know, innocent people will be killed again. The common man is always at the end of the barrel. Always the common man, the poor man. The one who has nothing, no part in all of this. the innocent one, always at the end, always at the receiving end. Ojukwu had warned after Biafra, when all this agitation of Biafra started and all that. Yeah, he said he didn't regret fighting, but he warned the Igbos. He warned the Igbos. He said nobody should make a mistake to ever provoke another Biafran war, because that civil war is the worst Nigeria has ever experienced. Some of us were not born then. Some of us now were very young then. Some of our parents were involved in the war. Some of us have read about it. Between 500,000 to 2 million civilians died as a result of starvation. Starvation. Imagine dying because you're hungry. That's in the East. And now this man is there in Finland trying to provoke unrest in the eastern region.
Violence. Chief Emeka Ojukwu led the Biafrans against the government in the last war. He says it would be a mistake for anyone to provoke another.
So a lot of people will say, but you were leading the first one. Yes, I led the first one. And I will say to everyone, I led proudly the first one. I don't think a second one is necessary. We should have learned from that first one. Otherwise, the dead would have been to no avail. It would all have been in vain.
Unknown gunmen is the order of the day. The East used to be known as a peaceful region. You know, most times where we hear of unrest or fighting and all that is not in Nigeria. But now it's a daily thing in the East that people are killed anyhow. You know, this is not right. Simon Ekpa, we are calling you to come to Nigeria and enforce the sit-at-home order. Don't do that in Finland. That is a cowardly move. Come and fight for what you really believe in. You know, because these people that they're making to sit at home, they lose money by the day. They lose money by the day. Every day they sit at home, they don't go to the market to sell. They lose. It affects their business. Even when they go back, it affects the business. You know, in an article that was written by Nosa Igbinadolo from Business Daily, according to him, he said businesses in the Southeast generate between 5.6 billion naira to 31.3 billion daily. That is huge. That is really huge. 5.4 billion naira to 31.3 billion daily in the East. You know, so losing approximately 5 days in a month from this sit at home is equal to like 24 months, which means they lose almost 655 billion naira to 3.7 trillion naira a year by just that sit-at-home order. While the person who is dishing out that order is not being affected where he is. This is calling on all our Southeastern brothers and sisters, or those who are supporting this sit-at-home thing. It is time to give yourself some sense. It doesn't make any sense. Since you've been sitting at home, how has that helped your pursuit for Biafra? Since you've been sitting at home, how has that helped to bring Nnamdi Kanu out from jail? Let's be wise in our dealings. I'm not, contesting the fact that the Igbos have been marginalized in Nigeria. I can agree with that. The Igbos, like some other tribes, are being marginalized in Nigeria. But the killing, the hurting innocent people is not the way to go. Dialogue is what we do. Continue to dialogue. Continue to publicize how you are being treated wrongly. Continue to talk about it. Continue to make that public. That way, the international community will be interested to get involved. But when you go around acting like terrorists, killing and maiming people, women and children involved, you just, killing, that's an act of terrorism. No international community will want to be involved in that. The US that you guys have been writing every year, you're writing for support and all that, they will not want to identify with that because that is an act of terrorism. Disassociate yourself from Simon Ekpa publicly. Disassociate yourself publicly. Cut him off. Publicly announce that Simon Ekpa is not part of you guys. And continue to dialogue with the Nigerian government. And maybe someday, who knows, you might get what you want. But let the killing stop. Let the killing stop. And this message also goes to the Nigerian leaders, those in the Senate and the House of Rep. Write to the Finland government to deport Simon Ekpa. That man should be deported back to Nigeria. Simon Ekpa should be sent packing back to his homeland country. Let him come face the law. Thank you very much, people. This is where we're going to stop for today. Drop your questions. If there's something else you want us to talk about, put it in the comment section. And don't forget to click like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.